following is a 45 TV sports presentation. 45 TV.
Long wrist shot, score! She had a poke check.
Right in front of the net, it's another goal for Brett. And there is the goal.
Shot, Swain scores, he tied it. 3 in a row. We are live here at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul, the capital of the state of hockey. Those are the Cloquet Esco Carleton Lumberjacks. They were back at state for the first time since 2009. They are seeking their first state championship. And they're going against a team that has done it before, the Warroad Warriors. They are back for a 6th consecutive state tournament appearance. They have won 2 state championships, but it's been a while in Warroad terms, 9 years since they won their last one. See how these teams arrived. CEC got past Hutchinson in a shutout. We'll talk more about that one as we set you up for this game. Warroad beating Wilmer 7-4 in their quarterfinal to set up the all-northern semifinal here on the top half of the Class A bracket. Warroad against Cloquet Esco Carleton. Hey, everybody, I am Chris Long here with you on 45 TV. I'm joined by Mike McGraw and former Miss Hockey Erica McKenzie. It has been a wonderful tournament so far. Quarterfinals the 2 days prior. We're just starting our television coverage today, but it's been a heck of a tournament so far. Erica, what do you think from what we've seen the days prior?
Yeah, I think it's been an exciting time. I mean, right now we're going to see some quarterfinals, but in the past, I do believe the teams that had advanced to today are the teams that we might have thought were going to be the teams to advance. One of the big upsets, I think, might have been that Rochester Lure and South St. Paul game. South St. Paul is a team that continues to show their face here year after year. And Rochester Lure, I mean, they recently played them in February, and it was a different tilt, and it just shows it's a clean slate when tournament time comes.
That game, one of the best we've seen. It went to overtime. The upset, no upset so far. That's a trend that's held in AA as well, Mike.
AA is just the way the coaches predicted it, 1-4-1. I think we have a lot of storylines here, and Edina wanting to repeat for the 4th time. Minnetonka wants to get back to prominence, and Andover, for the first time, may have a chance at a boys' state title and a girls' state title in the same year, Chris.
It's been a fantastic first couple of days. Let's show you some of the headlines that occurred on the quarterfinals Wednesday and Thursday in the 2 classes. Mentioned Cloquet beating Hutchinson, saw that overtime winner from Emma Schmitz. Breck, Erica, they have been just a juggernaut so far. What do you think from the headlines? What do you like so far from what we've seen?
Yeah, I think the question today is going to be, will a team be able to take on Breck this tournament? And, you know, just like I mentioned, anything can happen when it comes to tournament time, and I think that's one to watch this weekend.
Mike?
Well, my prediction is, or my feeling is that Warroad really wants to get back at Breck after that little bit of a controversial whistle in last year, a quick whistle that really changed the game in the championship game last year, Chris.
They would be the first to tell you. All they're thinking about right now, though, is Cloquet. They've got to get by him to get that shot. It's going to be Cloquet, Esco Carleton, and Warroad in the first of our 2 Class A semifinals this morning. We'll preview this one for you. Coming up next on 45 TV.
Here we go.
The pregame show is brought to you by Greater Twin Cities Honda Dealers, proud sponsors of Minnesota Youth Hockey.
The bright lights are on at the XL Energy Center as we are set for Final Four Friday here at the Girls State Hockey Tournament. 4 semifinals will send teams on to the championships. We have Class A for you this morning. AA later tonight. We're going to start it off with Cloquet Esco Carleton against Warroad. Erica McKenzie, former Miss Hockey winner. What can you tell us about those Cloquet Lumberjacks?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I was able to talk to the coach this morning when they were entering in the building for Cloquet Esco Carleton, and they're ready to go. One of the biggest things is they need to stay disciplined, and they're ready to rock, but that was one of the big keys to success for them when they're taking on Warroad is they need to stay disciplined, and that doesn't just mean stay out of the box. That means from their their goaltending out. They need to stay tight D. We all know what Warroad consists of offensively, but really they need to make sure that they're protecting their house, protecting the crease, and taking advantage of that D zone and then pushing it out forward from there.
On the other bench, Warroad, Mike.
Warroad, well, David Marvin being an old defenseman, he was just talking about what Erica talked about. We have to play defense, but I'll tell you what, those Warroad girls, they just love to grab the puck, go down the rink and shoot. That's what they're all about.
Show you some examples of that, how they got past Wilmer 7-4 in their state quarterfinal game. Mike, we talked a lot about Hannah Corneliuson. She's a Miss Hockey finalist. She scored 55 goals, but hey, Gino Hendrickson stepped up in that quarterfinal.
They have multiple weapons, and if you look at this clip, just watch and see how many kids from Warroad are right on the blue paint. There you've got 4. That's how they attack. That's what I mean about them wanting to get the puck, take it down the rink and shoot it. That's what they like to do with their hockey game.
As for Cloquet, a defensive struggle. They beat Hutchinson 2-0 in their game. Goals from Jenna Zdebski and Dana Jones set up a shutout for freshman goalie Araya Kaminsky, Erica.
Yeah, that was huge, right? They're playing off of a freshman goaltender, but what you noticed is their top line that they've rode this entire way didn't get a single point in that game or a single goal, and that's going to be huge for Cloquet, Esco Carleton this morning. They need to get points from that top line to be successful today.
How about a freshman in their state tournament debut, Kaminsky, making 18 saves, 15-2 record this season, helping bring Cloquet Esco Carleton back to state for the first time since 2009. We're going to drop the puck on the first of our 4 semifinals coming up next. We're going to send it upstairs to Sloan Martin and Karin by Dietz. They're going to call it on 45 TV.
Welcome back to Xcel Energy Center in downtown St. Paul for the Minnesota Girls Hockey State Tournament. I'm Sloan Martin alongside Karin by Dietz, and our first matchup of 4 coming your way here on 45 TV is a Class A matchup between Warroad and Cloquet Esco Carleton. This is a strong offensive team and a strong defensive team we're seeing today.
No question about that. Warroad averages 6.7 goals per game. Absolutely unheard of that. On the defensive side for the Lumberjacks, they only allow 1.5 goals per game. So we really have the high on the offense and the high on the defense.
This is also a matchup of 2 northern Minnesota teams. Let's go down and meet the players with public address announcer Dave Wright.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Xcel Energy Center and the 26th Annual State Girls High School Hockey Tournament. Today's game was a Class A semifinal between the champions of Section 7 with a record of 26-3, the Cloquet Esco Carleton Lumberjacks, and the champions of Section 8 with a record of 22-4-2, the Warroad Warriors. Now let's meet the entire rosters for both teams. First, let's meet Cloquet Esco Carleton. Sophomore forward number 2, Marina Dostal. Sophomore forward number 4, Dana Jones. Senior forward number 5, Taylor Nelson. Junior forward number 7, Keely Grasshorn. Senior forward number 8, Dia De Leon. Junior forward number 9, Lily Hansen. Sophomore defense number 11, Bella Harriman. Sophomore forward number 13, Tinley Stewart. Junior forward number 14, Lauren Calcutt. Senior defense number 15, Emmy Elena. Senior defense number 16, Jenna Zdebski. Freshman defense number 17, Emily Litzke. Senior forward number 19, Jackson Pocarellis. Senior forward number 21, Kiana Bender. Sophomore defense number 23, Eve Uchinas. Freshman defense number 26, Bryn Martin. direction, Frankie Halverson. Sophomore forward, number 26, Bryn Martin. Sophomore forward, number 28, Ashton Schneeberger. Freshman goaltender, number 30, Araya Kaminsky. And senior goaltender, number 33, Lauren Maslowski. The assistant coaches are Dave Essie and Courtney Josephson. Head coach Courtney Olin, the Cloquet Esco Carleton Lumberjacks. Now let's meet Warroad. 8th grade center number 2, Maddie Skogman. Junior wing number 4, Rihanna Smith. Freshman wing number 6, Mia Jarvis. Junior wing number 8, Sydney Fanuff. Junior defense number 9, Carly Meeker. Junior wing number 10, Abby Hardwick. Junior defense number 11, Sadie Nice.
Hi, Gianna Jackson.
Senior wing number 12, Jules Teskey. Freshman wing number 13, Talia Hendrickson.
Casey.
Sophomore center number 14, Madison Laverne.
Hi, Sydney and Lily.
Senior defense number 16, Tara Johnson. Junior center number 17, Gino Hendrickson.
Hi, Casey.
Senior center number 19, Marley Johnston.
Hi, Hannah. Hi, Katie.
Freshman defense number 20, Cal Lindquist. Senior winger number 23, Hannah Corneliuson.
Hi, Madison.
8th grade wing number 25, Sophie Johnson. Freshman defense number 29, Kateri Sandy. Sophomore goaltender number 33, Kendra Nordic.
Hi, Grandpa. Hi, Grandma.
Junior goaltender number 35, C.J. Langto. And freshman defense number 55, Lila Langto. The assistant coaches are Layla Marvin and Derek Comstock. Head coach David Marvin, the Warroad Warriors. Here are the officials assigned for today's game. On the lines, it's Matt Bloxham of Orinoco, Justin Mackey of Rochester. Your game referees, Aaron Anderson of Mankato, David Berthium of Stillwater. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you all please stand, remove your hats, and face the flag, and join the Warroad Band under the direction of Elijah Badine as they lead us in our national anthem.
almost time for puck drop, the first of 4 semifinals here on 45 TV. Karin, what are the keys to each team to move on to Championship Saturday?
There's no questions. There's a couple key here. For the Lumberjacks, one, they need to stay disciplined, and they may have few scoring chances. They're going to have to capitalize on those. For Warroad, they got to keep their feet moving, stay out of that penalty box, and as Coach Marvin said, we can't have Sunday night open house hockey defense. You got to have some tight defense there.
Today's Keys to the Game brought to you by Greater Twin Cities Honda, proud sponsors of Minnesota Youth Hockey. Cloquet Esco Carleton making their 6th ever appearance. First since 2009. They have not won a title in program history, though they do have the best record in school history, 26-3-0. The Warroad Warriors, a team we are used to seeing here. 10th appearance in the last 12 seasons. Today's starting goalies brought to you by Holiday Station Stores. Here is the freshman, Araya Kaminsky, 18 saves in a 2-0 shutout win.
Some pretty impressive numbers there. They have split games over the season, but Kaminsky has gotten the go for the big games. At the other end, we have a sophomore goalie, number 33, Kendra Nordic. Again, she's played virtually more of the games this year. She put on a solid performance in the quarterfinal Wilmer win, and they're going to be looking at her to stop a lot of pucks here this afternoon.
She took over in late December, really establishing herself in that starting role, and head coach David Marvin says you do not replace someone like Quinn Kuntz, who was a goalie finalist last year. She's at Ohio State right now. You don't easily put someone else between the pipes like her, but she has done an outstanding job. Underway in semifinal number 1 here at XL Energy Center. Sloan Martin, Karin Dietz joining us in the broadcast again. The U.S. Hockey Hall of Famer, Olympic gold medalist. We're happy you're back here.
It's good to be back, Sloan. I took a couple years off, but I'll tell you what, this time of the year, when it comes down to playoff state high school hockey tournament time, it's so exciting, and I'm so happy to be here again.
Bender will send that one along the boards, trying to send that toward the net from the point. The Lumberjacks trying to keep it here in the Warroad zone. They depend heavily on their top line. Warroad definitely known for that skill in the depth, as Hardwick will try and tap that away. Goes right back into their own zone.
Sloan, you saw when those girls were coming out for the starting lineups, I noticed that the Lumberjacks, serious. Every single one of them looked extremely serious. Warroad, they've been here, they're used to it. They got up to the camera, they said hi to mom and dad or grandma and grandpa. They looked like a little more loose, a little more relaxed coming into this game.
Trying to clear it out of their zone, successfully doing that, and that'll allow them to get a change. Something we talk about in the tournament with the TV timeouts is that one is set high for Warroad. So they get a little bit of an extra break with these teams that depend so heavily on few players this deep into the season.
Yeah, both these teams rely strictly on those top 2 lines, and they're going to see a lot of ice time. Those TV timeouts are going to come into play for both teams.
Bender trying to find some space. That was knocked away. Centering pass, no one there for the Lumberjacks. They're getting good looks as that one lands in front of the goalie. And Warroad able to clear it out.
I like the pressure here by the Lumberjacks early in the game, getting everybody's feet, everybody involved in the game, getting a couple shots, testing this goaltender out early on.
Teske off her stick. Addison Laverne in on the play. And there was a stoppage in play, so let's check in with Tori Holt, ringside.
Yeah, well, it's been a special season, and you mentioned it. Best record in program history for the Cloquet Esco Carleton Lumberjacks, 26-3. Also a 17-game winning streak, which is the longest in school history. And if they win today, they'll be making their 2nd state final appearance. The last time the head coach, Courtney Olin, was in that game, she was an 8th grader on that team then. Now the head coach of the squad trying to lead them back to that final.
Yeah, making her first appearance in the state tournament as a head coach, 5 years at her alma mater. That was a nice glove save there by Kendra Nordic. And off the faceoff, it is the Warriors trying to get back to the state title game for the 3rd straight year. Back-to-back runner-up finishes for them. And they've had some trouble getting it cleanly into the offensive zone as the Lumberjacks will dump that one in. Lindquist has the puck on her stick. Sends it around the boards. stop by De Leon to keep it in the offensive zone, and they're on the attack again. Glove save, Nordic. They try one more time, not there.
There's no question. I think Warroad is kind of, considered the favorite. They have the experience. They've been here how many years in a row now? But I'll tell you what, the pressure that the Lumberjacks are putting on there, they're playing loose. They have nothing to lose. They're just going out there and playing their game.
Corneliuson, Miss Hockey finalist, one of 2 in Class A. We'll see the other one later today for Breck. She carries that well on her stick deep into the zone, out in front of the net, in front of Kaminsky. That sneaks away.
Nice defense there by the Lumberjacks. You saw all 5 players right down in front of their goaltender.
That was excellent defense right in front of the net. And Kaminsky helping out their freshman goaltender. And that escapes Dana Jones, who scored in the quarterfinals. It is stopped to save by Nordic.
Nordic didn't see it there. She made the initial save. It went up in the air. She lost track of it for a while, but nice pressure there by the Lumberjacks.
Around the boards again is Warroad. 2 shots on goal so far for them in the opening minutes. Meeker will fire that one. Pad save for Kaminsky. Gino Hendrickson, tough to get the puck away from her. She'll send that one wide.
I love watching Gino Hendrickson. I'll tell you what, she's a great skater, unbelievable hands, and obviously tallying a hat trick in the quarterfinals. She knows how to put the puck in the net.
4 points overall for her as Bender is not able to take that one into the offensive zone. As it sticks around neutral ice. The Lumberjacks making it very difficult and forcing another dump.
Both teams are actually doing a very nice job keeping their defense up. We've had a lot of dump and chase hockey thus far into the game.
Zadebski again with the dump and chase. I feel like we always see a little bit of an adjustment. He seems half played in this building before, of course, but you're here in the semifinals, 1 game away from the championship game, and there's still a little bit to work out in the beginning. As Corneliuson will bring it in, and they don't make it easy. Up ahead to Madison Laverne, the second line for the Warroad Warriors behind the net. Picked up by Rihanna Smith. Loose puck. It's Rihanna Smith again, maneuvering almost outside the reach of Madison Laverne. And they're keeping it here, a sustained possession, but they'll take it out of the zone.
Something with the Class A game that I think I've commented on this on every year, but when they have the quarterfinals on Wednesday, they have that day off in between to have a nice practice and rest up before they have to come back and play here in the semifinals.
No score so far here in the first semifinal here on 45 TV. The winner moving on to Championship Saturday.
Today's first period is brought to you by Giants Ridge. Unplug, reconnect, and make giant memories at Giants Ridge.
Back here on 45 TV, it is the Section 8A champions, Warroad Warriors, against the Cloquet-Esco-Carleton Lumberjacks of Section 7. And despite being hours away from northern Minnesota, a good look at the student section here for the Lumberjacks.
I was told that there's just over 500 students there, and at least 400 of them made the trip down on Wednesday. The boys basketball team has a game tonight in Bemidji, and they made the trip down.
Enough looking for that centering pass. It's poked away. Hey, just a quick stop in the Twin Cities on your way from northern Minnesota to Bemidji. That across the crease. Another good shot. Opportunity for Warroad, who didn't really get settled offensively in the opening minutes of this period.
Yeah, I felt like they were running around a little bit. Now I feel like they're settling down. They're moving the puck around, and they're getting some good offensive looks.
Talia Hendrickson did not play last year. Now on the top line, 62-point score. Had to spend more time in the weight room in order to earn more playing time as a young player, just a freshman, the sister of Gino Hendrickson, playing alongside her center sister. Cross-ice pass. Kiana Bender looking for a teammate, and that centering pass broken up by Carly Meeker. Now some speed entering the offensive zone. Here's Abby Hardwick, and that is poked away. Another good example of defense by the Lumberjacks. Warriors still threatening. Lila Lenkto, that shot blocked. Marley Johnston not able to backhand it in, and it's clear.
Nice defensive play there by Emily Licky. The puck landed right on her stick, right in front of the net, and all she did was push it aside into the corner. No hesitation at all.
They look poised.
Yes.
This is a team that has more upperclassmen playing, especially getting the most ice time.
Well, when you look at that first line of Bender, De Leon, and Nelson, all seniors, all captains leading this team, you know, I'm shocked that in the quarterfinal game against Hutchinson, they were held to 0 points. Very impressive for Hutchinson to do that. But I'll tell you what, if they want to advance to that championship game, we're going to have to see some points from that top line here.
Warroad making things difficult is Gino Hendrickson, always dangerous with the puck, being patient, looking for a teammate. And it goes over the line. Meeker chasing it down, as is Kiana Bender. A battle along the boards, and Gino Hendrickson will pick up the loose puck.
Nice forecheck here by the Lumberjacks. They typically run a 1-2-2 where one player will go in hard and then two will kind of read and react to what takes place.
Hendrickson there, sandwich. She loses the puck. Talia Hendrickson, the younger of the two sisters. An opportunity for the Lumberjacks. That's going to escape, and the puck is iced. Timeout on the floor. Class A semifinals here on 45 TV.
Students.
45 TV is your home for comedy. Everyone has a favorite episode of Friends. Watch Friends 5 nights a week at 7 and 7:30 on 45 TV. Still scoreless here in the first period, approaching that midway point, the first Class A semifinal here on 45 TV. And we are looking at, with Warroad, Karin, the best offense in terms of goals per game in the entire state.
Yeah, it's unheard of. Like, if you're not a hockey fan, I'll tell you what, I don't know if there's a team, boys or girls, that has 6.7 goals scored per game and over 40 shots. That's what they average, is over 40 shots a game. Very, very impressive numbers.
It's 4-3 right now in favor of Cloquet Esco Carleton, as Warroad will try to get something going here. Maybe try and get on the power play. That centering pass right in front of Kaminsky. She holds on.
Nice save there by Kaminsky. You saw some good puck movement by the Warriors there. A D-to-D pass. Nice hard shot there by Meeker. One-timed it. Here it is there. Nice one-timer. Kept it nice and low. Looking for that rebound. Just wasn't able to put it away. Very nice play there by Warroad.
Face-off. Won by Cloquet Esco Carleton. Taylor Nelson, the leading scorer on this team. That is deflected and will stay here in the CEC zone. Tied up there as Hardwick loses it. Hard shot, a cannon from the blue line is broken up.
A lot of block shots there by the Lumberjacks, and I have a feeling that's part of their game, playing that disciplined style, keeping a tight defensive core, and blocking a lot of shots.
Laverne loses the handle. They are just making it so difficult to keep the puck on the sticks of the Warriors, as Cal Lindquist will send that the other way down the ice. Meeker, centering pass, broken up again. It is fundamental defense by CEC.
That was probably the first odd man rush we've seen of the day. It was a 2-on-1 until there was that nice back check there by the Lumberjacks, taking that 2-on-1 away from Warroad.
Gino Hendrickson brings it into the offensive zone. Loses it. And the Lumberjacks will chase it down at the backboard. Along the boards again, as Warroad looking to establish itself. CEC depending on its defense. Centering pass, no one there. It stays with Phaneuf. She will fire that one. A wrist shot is left wide.
Something interesting about the Lumberjacks. Obviously, they're a co-op. Cloquet, Esco, Carleton. Their first line of Bender, De Leon, and Nelson are from Cloquet, Esco, Carleton. It's a true Tri-City first line they got going out there.
Good to see that representation from all the schools, no matter how small they are. Carleton, the smallest of the three, Cloquet the largest.
And I believe Taylor Nelson is the only player from Carleton on this team.
Corneliuson chasing that puck down. Warroad looks to get a solid scoring opportunity. Johnson fans on that, and Kiana Bender will dump it in, fire it. actually. That is left wide. She's got a cannon right there from the point. And they will send that back out again. Lila Langto poking that one away. And now Meeker forced to go behind her own net. Good pressure there by Taylor Nelson of the Lumberjacks.
It appears that the Lumberjacks, yes, they rely heavily on those first two lines, but you can see the coaches subbing in some of those third-line players. Schneeberger, Talcott, Hansen are getting some ice time in there, giving those top two players a rest here and there.
Hendrickson's pass from behind the net does not connect with the teammate. Meeker over to Lindquist, that top defensive pairing. A poke check from Kaminsky. And Warroad will try again as Lindquist will dump that in. And picked up by Tenley Stewart. Called by Courtney Olin, their head coach, their top defenseman. As Dana Jones had a goal in the quarterfinal. She will fire right at the pads of Kendra Nordic. We're going to step aside, have more of this first period coming up. Still scoreless at XL Energy Center. The Fan Cam is brought to you by Xfinity Mobile, a new kind of network designed to save you money. There's the students section for the Cloquet Esco Carleton Lumberjacks. And the pep band for Warroad. The greatest distance they have to travel here. Although Laverne, also far over there in the deep southwest corner of Minnesota, losing in the quarterfinals. They'll continue in the consolation bracket. And love to see those costumes.
Love it.
The holographic, I like that. Off the face-off. Won by the Lumberjacks. Trying that wraparound, and there it is, the first goal of this game. It is Taylor Nelson for the Lumberjacks.
Wow, what unbelievable poise by Taylor Nelson. Stick handling, unattested. I'll tell you what, David Marvin has talked about his leaky defense, and we saw some leaks right here. She was able to walk right out, put in a backhand right between the legs of Nordic. And that's what happens when you throw the puck on net. Good things can happen. Here it is again. She takes it right off the face-off. On her backhand, gets down nice and low, protecting the puck. Just throws it at the net. I think it came a little unexpected. Look at Nordic's stick. Wasn't quite in position there. As you saw it, it was not at the proper angle, and that puck went right between her legs. 45th goal of this season for Taylor Nelson.
Taylor Nelson heading off to play hockey at Bemidji. The WCHA, very high-level hockey, and what great preparation. Been playing in a spot like this in the state semifinals. And Warroad is down 1-0. Another opportunity in front of Nordic is broken up, but that was a dangerous spot for the puck to be.
It's a dangerous spot to have Kiana Bender right there, the captain who's going to be going to play softball at the University of Minnesota Duluth. So she's a three-sport athlete. And I think could play any of these sports. And she's going to go play softball in college, so good for her.
Yeah, and her brother, Kobe, on the UMD men's hockey team. So sports runs in this family. Hardwick gets it off the boards. Shift that one in. It's Nelson's first goal of this tournament. As we've mentioned, that top line did not score in their quarterfinal win against Hutchinson. So that's got to feel good for this Lumberjack team. Corneliuson has that poked away. Cal Lindquist. Jenna Zadebski had that other goal in the quarterfinals.
That goal came early on, too. She took a shot from the point on the ice. I think it was like almost the first or second shift of that game. But it was a really nice hard low shot that deflected in and put them on the board early. I think that gave them the confidence and momentum to hang on to that 2-0 win over Hutchinson.
Bender tries to break up the loose puck. Now just bouncing around center ice. Then wrapped around the boards, and now CEC can get that quick change. What is making them so fundamental defensively? That's something that head coach Courtney Olin really preaches, saying that we are a disciplined team with that centering pass. Not there, wrapping around the boards again. But what are you seeing, Karin?
It's doing the little things right. And one thing I'm noticing is stick positioning. You know, they have the sticks on the ice, in the middle of the ice, taking away passing lanes, blocking shots. And it's all five of them playing on the same page. If you have one person not doing their job, your defensive core can completely fall apart.
Back-to-back block shots, just making it difficult for Warroad to even get deep at the net.
Again, that's just good positioning from these players coming out and taking away those shooting lanes.
Pogorelis wraps that one around the boards. Lila Lengto battling. And then brought back around again by Madison Laverne. They're spending a lot of time in their own zone trying to get something going. Now CEC will fire hard, and it's a goal! 2-0 Cloquet. Esco Carlton, a slap shot from the point.
I think it might have been Taylor Nelson again taking that slap shot. Yes, it was. I think it was number 5 for her second shot. What a bomb from the point. You could tell she was just throwing it on net. Let's have another look at it here. Bit of a turnover there. Nice quick pass up to Taylor. She just shoots it. It's almost a knuckleball. You see it. It was kind of on end. I don't even think Nordic saw it. It went right over her shoulder. Look at this. It goes up in the air. Might have been a deflection. Upper corner bomb shot from the point. Puts them on the board. 2-0 here in favor of the Lumberjacks.
That's not just having a cannon. No. That is having a cannon with accuracy.
And you know what? I give a ton of credit to number 17, Emily Licky. She's a freshman. And that turnover, that was a quick transition game. It caught the Warriors off guard and resulted in a goal.
They have been aggressive in the Warriors zone. As Corneliuson will drop to the ice. And there's a whistle.
Looks like we got a penalty coming up here on number 16. Here you'll see it coming into the zone. She just got her stick in the way. Yep, good call there by the referees. Tripping called. We're going to have a chance to look at the Warriors power play.
One of the best you will see. 32% on the power play this season. They were 3 for 3 in the section final against Thief River Falls. 3 for 3 in their quarterfinal win, 7-4 against Wilmer. This is exactly what the Warriors needed to try and get a point on the board.
You'll see Warroad set up here. Appears to be like an umbrella. They got Meeker on the top, kind of the quarterback of this, running the show up there.
Talia Hendrickson, patience enough behind the net. Talia Hendrickson again, back from her sister Gino. She'll cycle it to the other side of the ice. Hard slap shot is poked away and cleared. Today's power play brought to you by Catholic United.
Nice save there by Kaminsky. Nice hard low shot. Excellent puck movement by Warroad. David Marvin talked about his power play a couple days ago, and they did not score in a 2-minute penalty. They didn't score in the first minute. There'd be a whistle. He thought about putting his second unit out there, but he kept his first unit out. They scored in the second half of that penalty, and we'll see what they can do today or how long they stay out there for this penalty.
Carly Meeker keeps it inside. Over to Fanov. That's right in front at the doorstep, and they're not able to put it through. Gino Hendrickson right there short side. Hendrickson near the net to her sister Talia Hendrickson. Firing, centering pass, and it's broken up yet again by the Lumberjacks. Less than 30 seconds left in this penalty kill. Hard shot from the point, and it's broken up and cleared once more. And that's the end of the first period. They will have 17 seconds left. I was so engaged in that power play. It was a quick first period for sure, but what a great one for Cloquet Esco Carlton going into the first intermission with a 2-goal lead.
They got to feel good about that, but I'll tell you what, Warroad right on the doorstep. I saw some nice passes on that power play. That's the way it's done. They got it in front of the net. They deflected it to the side. Almost had a chance to score there. Let's go down to ringside to Tori Holt. Tori, take it away.
Well, Coach, you got after the start that you wanted to. You really wanted to work hard in your own zone. They did that. You wanted your top line to capitalize. They did that. What was the key to that first period and that 2-0 lead?
I think we just shot the puck. That's the type of team we have been all year. We're not necessarily going to be top 10, NHL-style goals, but we're out there working hard and taking opportunities when we have them.
What have you seen from this team all year long that's been able to play against teams like the Warroad Warriors, like Proctor Hermantown, and pull off these big upsets to have yourself on the doorstep of a state championship game?
I'm just so proud of our girls, the way that they compete. I don't ever think we're necessarily the most skilled team that we face, but I would argue that we work the hardest. And, I think that's the biggest thing is we just got to stay disciplined and work hard, and I'm proud of that.
Coach, a little different than when you were here about 2006?
It feels that way, yeah. It's a different mentality to be a coach. I would say it's a little bit more nerve-wracking because I can't necessarily control what's on the ice. But, I'm just so happy that they have earned this opportunity to be here.
All right. Congratulations on the great start to this game. I'll let you get back to your team.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks, Tori. You heard it from head coach Courtney Olin. They're a team that's lacking depth and even high-caliber skill that you see in this tournament, but they're a team that prides itself on hard work and disciplined hockey. Both goals coming from the senior on the top line, Taylor Nelson, as they head into the first intermission with a 2-0 lead. We'll have more coming up here on 45 TV.
The first intermission is brought to you by Tria Orthopedic Center. For the athlete in all of us, there's Tria.
Well, thank you. I'll do that, Mr. President. Thank you, sir. Bye.
President Jimmy Carter calling with his relate the gist of that conversation first of all, Herb.
Well, he just said our hockey club made the whole nation very proud, and the Secretary of State just returned from Europe, and it was just a great thing to bring the American people and our dreams and our philosophies together.
Your emotions right now in what has to be the most incredible moment of a lifetime.
Well, it really is. As I told the players before, and I don't want to be philosophical, I don't want to, what's the word I'm looking for? Ken is a scholar. I just told them this moment is meant to be. I said it before the game. I said they're meant to be a hockey player. They're meant to be here at this moment. They said the good Lord has given them this, and now let's just get it out. And we just wanted good hockey. We wanted good sportsmanship. It was. I want to sound humble and everything, but hey, it was the men against the boys. 10 years ago, 8 years ago, they got the likes of those playing Ken Dryden. I got those kids in Pee-wees. But it's the talent they had, and they showed a lot of poise. And I just can't say it. The assets of our hockey club, the players, and they deserve unbelievably, all the congratulations that should be given to them.
If you're watching our broadcast, you know the story, the Miracle on Ice. I can't believe we're celebrating a 40-year anniversary tomorrow for the Miracle on Ice back at Lake Placid in 1980. Joining me now here on set, Dave Brooks, younger brother of Herb Brooks. Dave, you see that? There's little moments. I'm a student of the Miracle on Ice. I saw it when I was 6 years old. I was fascinated by it. I think I've seen every piece of video that's associated, but I had never seen that. That's pretty cool.
That's amazing. It kind of chokes me up to look at that, Kind of nice.
Tell me about the emotions for tomorrow as we get set to celebrate the city of St. Paul, the state of hockey, and the whole country celebrating this anniversary. I assume there is, like you said, it's a little bittersweet for you, but man, what a memory.
Oh, it's a great memory. St. Paul is opening up their whole town to us. We got about 5,000 people. Going to have a big parade. We got autographs. We got probably 24 national hockey players. We got Leopold, Mayasich, and Billy Guerin as grand marshals. We're going to have a ball.
Parade will be downtown. Everybody there to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. Where were you February 1980, and what was it like for you going through that?
I was in, Herbie got me a bunch of credentials. I was sitting there, and the most amazing thing, Chris, a year before this, Herbie is in his basement picking his team. I said, how are you picking your team? He said, I'm calling, they're on student council. I'm calling up the coach, see if they were ready to play. I wanted to know if they were picked up for drunk driving in the city. Why? He says, because there's going to be a game. I look down. I want to count on the players that I know. And I was sitting there, he's amazing, or he's lucky. Well, it's just to kill it. I went down there when he won that game. He was sitting on his haunches, Chris. And I said, Herbie, I was so excited. Great game. He's sitting on his haunches. It's not over. He said, we got another one. Geez, wouldn't you, give a hug or just say that was tremendous? But he was focused.
How tough was it for Herb coming off that? Because it's one of the greatest accomplishments, not just in hockey, but in sport. He coached after that, but it's hard. I mean, Mike Ruzioni never played again. He said, what else is there for me to do? Herb took a lot of pride in that, I'm sure, but I guess there were some challenges going forward from that.
Yeah, there was. But Herbie, he left that game. I mean, he was a coach. He was a scientist in his mind. He went right on to coaching. That was done. It's like winning 3 championships at the University of Minnesota. It's done. Yeah. Next. So he moved on pretty quick.
A lot like how he approached the win over the Soviets, where he said, hey, we've still got one more game to go.
Right.
Looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to celebrate it with you. The 40th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. Dave Brooks, the younger brother of Herb Brooks, shown right there in those moments after that win over the Soviet Union. We'll be right back on 45 TV.
Connection between
the 3-seed Cloco Carleton leading 2-seed Warroad 2-0 here in the first intermission of the first of our 2 Class A semifinals here on 45 TV. Chris Long rejoined by Erica McKenzie and Mike McGraw. Erica, the first period went about as well as could be expected for Cloco Carleton.
They had exactly the keys and the takeaway that they needed to do in that first period. The Cloco Carleton coach couldn't be happier from that first period.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, it couldn't have gone better for that first period. And I know the coach is saying continue on. We want 2 more periods just like that first one.
As for Warroad, Mike, we had just said the words, man, everything starts to be looking like it's going Warroad's way, and then bang, bang, Cloquet strikes.
Right, they do. I wouldn't be too worried if I'm Warroad yet, because they had a couple of really good looks at the end of the period, especially on the power play. They missed on that backdoor play and a wide open net. I think that they will come alive here. I think their offensive players get the jitters out a little bit there, Chris, and they'll be ready to go.
Tons of talent on the ice on both benches. Cloquet loaded with players that can score, but the best of them, Taylor Nelson, and she certainly made her presence known in that first period, scoring both of the goals that give Cloquet Carleton this 2-0 lead. This first one, a gritty, hard work goal, Erica.
Yeah, I love this first one. We talk about big players need to step up in big games, and you see Taylor Nelson, Cloquet's big goal scorer, backhand wraparound through the 5-hole. Huge goal for Cloquet to put them up 1-0 ahead of Warroad.
Up 1-0 there with about 4.5 to go, and then the howitzer is unleashed, Mike, with about 2 minutes left.
This is unbelievable. This young lady, for her stature, can really shoot the puck. That was not deflected. That was not screened. She just beat her with speed there.
Today's stats are brought to you by Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Erica, we talked about Cloquet being stout defensively on the bottom there. Block shots, 9 block shots in the first period.
Yeah, those 2 goals were huge for Cloquet, but one of the things that impressed me the most was protecting the house. They blocked shots. They had sticks in passing lanes. They took away time and space from a very offensive team from Warroad. Just great.
All right, second period set to roll here. Cloco Carleton leading Warroad 2-0. We'll be back after this on 45 TV.
Courtney Olin's Lumberjacks into the second period with a 2-0 lead, and she's not only a graduate of Cloquet, class of 2010, but she is coaching alongside her father, Dave Essie. He is in his 3rd season as an assistant after 26 as the Cloquet Carleton boys coach, 18 as the head coach. He says that they finish each other's sentences. The girls respect him because of his history and experience, and he went to state 2 times with the boys.
What a great dynamic duo the 2 of them have. For her being a female role model coach on the bench, and her father there being, one with maybe a little bit more knowledge, background in the sport, the 2 of them working together, what a great combination for this team.
And how much pride as a father to see your daughter in this role, to bring her alma mater back to the state tournament and the success that she's having. And also as a 4th grade teacher at Churchill Elementary School.
We just saw the penalty expire here for the Lumberjacks. Now both teams equal at 5-on-5.
And I'll say again that Warroad 3 for 3 on the power play in the section final, as well as the quarterfinal here in the state tournament, as that is broken up by Tenley Stewart of the Lumberjacks.
I agree with what Mike McGraw said in between the periods there. He said, hey, keep your eye on Warroad. They're going to come back with a lot of firepower. I'm going to say they're probably not that happy with that first period. They had some good looks, but they didn't bury the puck, and I think you're going to see a lot of offensive power coming from them right off the bat in the second period.
And that's what they have. It's the nearly 7 goals per game. The top scorer in the state with Hannah Corneliuson. She had 3 points in the quarterfinal win, 7-4 over Wilmer.
And only getting 7 shots in that period. I think that's very uncharacteristic of this team.
Normally 40 shots per game. It's here Warroad trying to get the puck back. Corneliuson in the corner, and it's broken up away from her stick and taken away by the Lumberjacks. Right at the net, a pad save, and then Nordic will cover it up. 45 TV is your home for comedy. Family fun goes back to the 80s with the Goldbergs, 5 nights a week at 6 and 6:30 on 45 TV. Face-off coming up in the Warroad zone. 0 for 1 on the only power play we've seen in this semifinal game. Talia Hendrickson up along the boards. Gino Hendrickson sends that up ahead as they try to get it cleanly into the offensive zone, and CEC says no.
Yeah, I mean, Lumberjacks taking the puck away in the neutral zone. Warroad's even having trouble gaining the offensive zone here.
Cross ice pass. Here is Phanup. Here is that speed into the offensive zone as she brings it into the boards. Zadevsky sending it along the other direction. Kiana Bender tries to tap that out. Phanup using her hands this time to gain control, settle the puck down. Lila Langto steadies herself, and that was deflected. Now behind the net again, right behind Kaminsky, the freshman. She had 18 saves and a shutout win in the quarterfinals to get her team to this point. Nelson looking for 3. She is denied there just a little bit too high. Might have hit the crossbar too.
Nice 2-on-1 opportunity, defended very well there by Warroad, forcing the shot from the outside.
Taylor Nelson, 2 goals, and there was a whistle on the ice.
I did not see what the... Here's the 2-on-1 chance here for the Lumberjacks. Taylor Nelson coming down, looking for the hat trick. She's looking, she wants to pass, but she decides to fire for that upper corner. But Nordic gets a glove on it and stops it from getting that hat trick. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of game left.
Well, they have kept Warroad on their heels. And let's check in with Tori ringside.
Yeah, one thing, Hannah Corneliuson missed about 5 to 7 minutes of game time during that first period. She had no shots in the first. She's their top scorer on this line. Corn Nuts, as she's better known up in Warroad, had lost an edge early and had to go in and get her skates sharpened. So she missed a big portion of that first period. That was a big loss for them in that 2-0 first period for Cloquet.
We got a penalty coming up here on the Lumberjacks, so we are going to have a chance to see another power play here by Warroad.
32% on the power play for this season. It's on Marina Dostal, who's in the box. Today's power play brought to you by Catholic United. Meeker near the blue line. Talia Hendrickson over to Gino Hendrickson. Back and forth between the two sisters, looking for that redirect in front of the net. They're going to fire. It's poked away and cleared on the penalty kill.
Nice defense there by the Lumberjacks. And you see Warroad, I talked about it looking like an umbrella, or you can also call it a 1-3-1. They get someone up high, they get 3 across. They have Cornelius right in front of the net down there looking to get that rebound, or in the high slot for that quick one-timer.
Floating behind the net, it's Phanup. Meeker at the blue line again, being patient, finds Phanup. That was almost an attempted backhand that was stopped, and they clear it once more.
You got to hope that Warroad doesn't get frustrated here. They need to have patience. There's plenty of time left in this game, but they are having some opportunities that it would be nice if they could capitalize on it here pretty soon.
In this power play, they certainly are getting deep as Gino Hendrickson brings it over the line. Leaves it off for Talia Hendrickson. Meeker, hard slap shot is blocked. Phanup comes up with the loose puck.
Another block shot for the Lumberjacks.
And cleared once more. Under 30 seconds left for this Cloquet Esco Carleton penalty kill.
You see Warroad making a change, putting their second power play unit out there. Meeker's still out there. And you might see her come off the ice as well, or not. As a defender, you don't skate as much. She might stay out there. I really like this number 9, Meeker. A great skater, a lot of poise. You can tell that she's the right person for the quarterback on this power play.
And they will kill off this penalty for the second time today.
That gives the Lumberjacks a lot of confidence. They've already killed off 2 penalties. They're back 5-on-5. They got to start staying out of the box, because I'll tell you what, it's not going to be long for this power play before they can bury one.
Lila Lenko to Madison Laverne, centering pass, escapes a teammate. Hard shot back toward the net and deflected right to the Lumberjacks. Marina Dostal coming out of the box. She'll just throw that one to the net, and it is stopped by Kendra Nordic. Still a 2-0 lead. Warroad 0 for 2 on the power play here in the semifinal.
The second period is brought to you by Children's Minnesota, the state's largest nonprofit pediatric health system.
Back here on 45 TV, the first of 4 semifinal games coming your way, and this is a look at the Miss Hockey finalists for this year. Just so prestigious in this state, the state of hockey, to be nominated, but the finalists, one of which we are watching here today, it's Anna Corneliuson. She is number 23 in white for the Warroad Warriors. The top scorer in the state, has 55 goals this season, but does not have a point this afternoon because Warroad, of course, scoreless right now.
Keep your eye on her, though. I'll tell you what, we will see more of her. And like Tori said earlier, you lose an edge. That took a lot of time out for them to go and sharpen her skate, get her back in here. When this is a player who's out there literally every other shift, she will probably log 25, 26, 27 minutes in a game.
And get back along the boards, and that goes in someone's sweater.
Or jersey. Some people call it sweaters. I call it a jersey, but it was in Hendrickson's. It looks almost like it was stuck in her glove, and you could see her trying to get it out. Thus, we have a whistle. The face-off coming just outside the zone.
And it is won by Hendrickson and the Warriors. Still trying to get on the board, averaging close to 7 goals per game this season. Back in the semifinals for the 5th straight year. Moving it along the boards is the Lumberjacks. That escapes the puck, or rather the stick of Cal Lindquist.
I like all the individual skills I'm seeing by both teams. The stick handling, the skating, the shooting. I think with the sticks that are designed these days, the shooting itself has become harder, more accuracy. I think girls are spending more time in the off-season working on their skills, and it really shows out there.
Puck bouncing around. It's loose. Picked up by Gino Hendrickson. Wraps that one around, tries to walk through. Drop pass. Enough will get it in. It's a goal for Warroad. And it's a 1-goal game here in the second period.
Looks like Gino Hendrickson tallies her 4th goal of the tournament, her 37th goal of the year. Nice job, persistence in front of that net. Look at the toe drag there. Gets it to the front of the net, tries to fire it. There's one block shot. There's another attempt. Gino just stays in front of the net with her stick on the ice and is able to bury it on the ice. Looks like it went under the pad or between the legs there, pops out, and she was able to put it away. Nice little jump for the celebration.
And it is all of a sudden a 1-goal game. It took them longer than they're used to get to this point, to put a goal on the board with 10:30 left in the second period.
Interesting stat that when the Lumberjacks have scored the first goal of a game, they're 23-0. Coming back, looking at Warroad, if they've trailed after the first, their stat is 1 win, 2 losses, and a tie. So they've only won 1 game when leading after the, or losing, being behind after the first.
Gino Hendrickson, a badly needed goal, but it's interesting to look at those stats, but you see it's just a 1-goal game right now, and here is Hannah Corneliuson right at the goalie. The backhand is denied by Kaminsky.
And it looks like we're going to have a hooking penalty coming up here on Tenley Stewart. Corneliuson did a nice job driving hard to the net, drawing this penalty. Whistle hasn't been called yet. There it is. But yeah, definitely going to be a hooking, or actually called a holding. I would have called a hooking. Let's take another look at that penalty. When we come back, we'll take a look at this penalty here. Let's see if Warroad can score the equalizer. Come back for more girls hockey here on 45 TV.
45 TV is your home for comedy. Tim Allen is on 5 nights a week. Watch Last Man Standing 5 nights a week at 8 and 8:30 on 45 TV. Back here on 45 TV for the Girls State Hockey Tournament, the first semifinal in Class A, and it's a very close one. Can Cloquet Esco Carleton kill off a third penalty here?
Absolutely. They've done it twice. There's no reason they can't do it again, but I just saw Coach Marvin talking to his players. Maybe they're coming up with a little different plan here for their power play. Let's take a look.
Today's power play brought to you by Catholic United. It is Tenley Stewart in the box for holding. Enough off the crossbar, and the game is tied on the power play.
That's exactly what the Warriors needed. I saw the patience with the puck movement here. Defensively, I felt there was a little bit of a breakdown there for the Lumberjacks. Left Phaneuf wide open, and she buried it bar down. We'll have another look at it here. It was a nice setup right up the draw, up to the point. Meeker gets the shot across. She finds the middle of the ice. Nice defense there, but the puck went right out, and she fired it again, bar down. Nice shooting by the Warriors.
They are such a strong offensive team. You just felt this coming, even with as strong as Cloquet Esco Carleton is defensively. And we saw a period and a half of really solid defense, but the Warriors, we knew they were threatening. They have so much skill, and all of a sudden, back-to-back goals in this second period has this first Class A semifinal tied up.
Mike McGraw called it. He said, you wait and see what happens in the second period. Warroad's going to come out, and sure enough, they have.
Meeker as Lindquist will chase the puck. Talia Hendrickson, and then sent back deep along the boards by Jenna Zadebski. Taylor Nelson near the puck, and now Hendrickson has some speed as she will chip that in. And the puck is iced with 8:56 to go in the second period.
Nice play there by Gino Hendrickson. We're going to come back here. Let's take a look at the heroes right here to tie the game up. It's 2-2. 8:56 left in the second period.
Back on 45 TV, we have a tie game almost midway through the second period. Cloquet Esco Carleton and Warroad, two teams from northern Minnesota, trying to punch their ticket to championship Saturday. For Warroad, they have been in this position 5 straight years, back-to-back state runners-up, while the Lumberjacks, first time here since 2009, as they look to build this program up there near the Duluth area. They took a 2-0 lead, 2 goals scored by Taylor Nelson, who is going to be playing at Bemidji State, but then Hendrickson and Phaneuf with the goals to tie this one.
Sloan, this is exactly what we want to see for a semifinal game. It's something close, something competitive, and it's a lot of fun to watch this game right now.
Warroad, lots of confidence after they get their offense on track. Here is Nelson through traffic, leaves it off. Battle along the boards, a loose puck as Meeker slaps at it. And then Phaneuf will send that up ahead. Tenley Stewart, she was in the box for that power play goal by Phaneuf off the crossbar. And here an opportunity for Talia Hendrickson. She fans on it, and then it's poked away out in front of the crease. Kiana Bender trying to keep possession of the puck. It's just outside of her reach, and you can feel this energy with the aggression and pressure from Warroad.
Cloquet was looking for a call there. You heard the student section booing a little bit, looking for a call, but there was no call. It was a questionable call, but it almost looked like from up here that Kiana Bender just fell down.
Another wraparound trying to jam it along the short side, and Corneliuson is stopped. Puck back beyond the boards, and then kept into the Warroad zone out in front of Nordic. She's just going to poke that one away behind her net again. Lila Lengto, one of the young players getting a lot of ice time on this team. Such a strong culture in Warroad. Support from families and the community to build. Here's a look at that potential play.
Yeah, you know what? I think, again, questionable. It looked like it could have been a little hook underneath their arm there, but I like it when you let these girls play a little bit. You know, there's going to be some physicality out there. To me, that wasn't much of an obvious call, so I like the fact the refs let it go.
7:20 to go in the second period. Here's Brianna Smith going after it beyond the backboards. Kenley Stewart trying to get it out ahead. Teskey, Laverne in there fighting along the board. Stewart again chasing the puck. Gets it to Elena. And then Stewart again. Soto has the ability to go the length of the ice. One of their most dependable defensemen.
Aggressive forecheck here by Warroad. They're sending two in hard on these defenders and causing the Lumberjacks to cough up the puck and causing some turnovers here.
Lindquist fires one at the net. Pad saved by Kaminsky. From center ice. And then right to the puck of Lindquist. And here comes Warroad. Madison Laverne waiting for teammates. She will fire short side, and a save by Kaminsky. Today's closed captioning is brought to you by Minnesota Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Together we save.
Nice save there by Kaminsky, the freshman goaltender. Not a lot of varsity experience, but she's been coming up big. Nice rush here by Warroad. Shot there, glove save. She saw it coming all the time. She's playing very calm. I mean, for a freshman in the state tournament, you can just see how poised she is out there.
It's something we hear from coaches like Breck the last 2 years, having Uma Cornet as a 7th and 8th grader and winning the state championship. They think that naivety, that inexperience actually benefits them because they don't maybe feel that pressure as much as the seniors do.
They're not old enough, or I don't want to say the word mature enough, to realize, hey, this is such a big game. I'm going to get nervous. These kids are just, I'm going to go and play another hockey game.
Loose puck, battle along the boards. Zadebski trying to use her size to get that cleared out.
Sloan, I feel like the table has turned this period. The first period I felt was obviously in favor of the Lumberjacks. This period, Warroad is definitely putting on the pressure with his forecheck. The Lumberjacks are struggling just getting it out of the zone.
Marina Dostal, some physical contact as she falls to the ice, and Phaneuf comes away with the puck. Strong on her stick, carrying it into the offensive zone. She'll wrap that around the boards. And picked up by Zadebski again. She'll wrap it the other direction. Abby Hardwick. Now Johnston looking for that centering pass. A one-timer from the point. Not there for Meeker.
The Lumberjacks look to be panicking a little bit, but here's an opportunity.
Pogorelis and the glove save for Nordic.
A lot of just throwing the puck around, you know what I mean? Not necessarily looking. There's a consolation score for us in Class AA. It looks like Rosa was able to defeat Farmington in overtime. Another close game. I like seeing the close competitive games.
And a lot of people from Warroad were watching that game. David Marvin called them respectful rivals up there in northwestern Minnesota. So, of course, they want to see each other do well, represent that part of the state.
That's an interesting term, respectful rivals.
Yes, that's his word, direct quote. Back behind the net, it is Kenley Stewart taking her time, forced to spin the other direction. Dana Jones will fire that along the boards. Tie game after Cloquet Esco Carleton had a 2-0 lead in the first intermission. Here is Corneliuson. That is wide. Of course, always dangerous when the puck is on her stick, and she looks motivated on this shift. Centering pass, she loses it. More physicality in neutral ice. Corneliuson again. Will fire too high.
A lot of high shots there from Corneliuson I've seen. And I've seen a couple opportunities where I think she should be passing that puck. You know, it's always good to shoot, but if you have some players open that have a better angle, I think she should be passing that puck.
Pogorelis battling, or excuse me, that's Emily Elena. That goes across the crease. A dangerous opportunity right in front of Kaminsky. And Warroad really doing a good job of holding it here in the offensive zone for a sustained amount of time.
They're taking that defender and dropping him down on those wingers. So I think in order for the Lumberjacks to try to get out of the zone, they got to start looking at that center ice, because they're taking away the boards. They're actually forcing them to try to go up the middle.
Pogorelis has it taken away by Talia Hendrickson. Here is Corneliuson. Nifty puck work, and she can't bury it. Lila Lenkto from the point. That is also knocked away.
A couple of great opportunities there for Warroad. Just trying to get the puck to the net, getting some traffic in front, trying to take the eyes away of Kaminsky.
They are getting deep, and even though CEC has allowed the game to be tied, they still look poised and fundamental, like we saw in that first period.
Yeah, the key is to not panic. You know, when one team starts having a little bit of the advantage, a little bit more of the flow, you got to just keep your poise and not panic. Play your position.
Gino Hendrickson. Centering pass escapes Corneliuson.
Had a nice try there for a stretch pass to De Leon, but it wasn't quite able to connect.
Talia Hendrickson maneuvering through traffic, drops it off to Madison Laverne, and that is also taken away. And here is Dana Jones chipping it in and chasing down the puck. Rihanna Smith able to send that back behind her. Here is Phaneuf. And then poked back in. Carly Meeker. Top line defenseman for this Warroad squad. Back behind the net, it is broken up by Tenley Stewart. So they're getting deep, but it is not easy against the Lumberjacks.
I like the pace of this game. I like the intensity here with just under 2 minutes left in the second period.
Laverne close on that shot, and a pad and glove save combination for Kaminsky as she makes the save.
Here's a chance we saw earlier here. Look at the stick handling there by Hendrickson, or is it Cornelius coming in there? Big save, rebounds out. Goaltender gets a little bit out of position, but she's able to slide back over. And again, you see the Lumberjacks, you see all five players in that almost in that blue paint area. They do a nice job of just condensing themselves down in front of the net.
And Warroad was that close to taking the lead. 1:10 left in the second period of this tied Class A semifinal. As there's a battle around center ice. Corneliuson bringing the puck with speed through neutral ice. She's going all the way. That centering pass, not there for Hendrickson. That could have been goal number 3.
Hendrickson has had a couple of opportunities and just fanned on both of them.
Battle in the corner. Lila Lenkto comes away with the puck. 40 seconds to go in the second period, and the puck goes out of play.
You can definitely see the shots kind of favor Warroad here, the 18-13. Here's another chance by Warroad. You see Cornelius, look at her stick handling abilities. With her skating, she comes in there, feeds it across. Just not quite there, but you can see Gino Hendrickson in the shooting position. Just wasn't able to get her stick on it, but a great play, great opportunity for Warroad.
Approaching 30 seconds left in what has been a scoreless period for the Lumberjacks. A 2-goal period for Warroad. Abby Hardwick trying to maintain the puck on her stick, but it's taken away by Tenley Stewart to wrap it around the boards. Meeker battling forward as well. Cross ice pass. Cal Lindquist send it back to center ice. Phaneuf almost coming away with it. Here is Taylor Nelson looking for an opportunity. She will fire. That's deflected. Abby Hardwick with 4 seconds left as it's batted around. Cal Lindquist will let the time run out on the second period. Warroad tied the game, including on the power play in this one. It really was a shift from the first to the second.
There's no question about that, but I'm excited to see what this third period has. Tie game, semifinal game going into the third period. Very equal game right now. We'll see if the Lumberjacks can kind of get themselves back on the offense.
Shots are 18-13 in favor of Warroad. And let's check in with Tori Holt, who's with Warroad head coach David Marvin.
Well, we meet again. You're back to the state semifinals on the doorstep of another state championship game. After that first period, you seem pretty calm after being down 2-0. What changed from period 1 to 2?
I don't know if it was calm or frustration, but they came out better than we did. And then we got our legs there, and thanks for the mess up on the TV timeouts. I thought we got them pretty good there the last 8 minutes, but we couldn't finish. We had lots of good chances, and I thought we played better. And I thought we were the better team that period, and they were the better team the first period.
Well, you eliminated a bunch of shots from that top line in that second period of play. 5 and 21 kind of slowed down a little bit. That was kind of a focus coming into the game. What did you do better in that second period to eliminate their opportunity?
Well, we got our legs going. It's hard to, you don't give up many shots if you're playing in the other team's end. But 5 and 21, they're still lurking. They're still there. So we got to continue what we're doing and keep putting pressure and using our feet. Thought we missed some glorious chances there that we're going to fight through that because typically we bury a few of them.
Well, you're getting the chances. Good luck. I'll let you get back to your team.
Thank you.
All right, there's Dave Marvin. He knows how to get it done. He did in 2010 and 11 with state championships.
Thanks, Tori. After a 2-goal period, Warroad has a lot of energy on their side. First it was Gino Hendrickson and then Sydney Phaneuf to tie the game, and we enter the third in a tie game. More coming up here on 45 TV at the intermission.
For a team.
The second intermission is brought to you by Education Minnesota, the voice for professional educators and students.
We're all tied at 2 here through 2 periods of the first Class A semifinal. Cloquet Esco Carleton scored 2 in the first. Warroad has answered for 2 in the second, setting up for one heck of a third period here on 45 TV at the Xcel Energy Center for the Girls State Hockey Tournament. Chris Long back with you here now. Joined now by Lindsay Coleman. She's a program director for the Herb Brooks Foundation. We're talking a lot about Herb Brooks today and this weekend. Tomorrow, of course, the big 40th anniversary celebration of the Miracle on Ice. Big parade down in St. Paul. But the Herb Brooks Foundation, you're doing work all year round. Tell me some of the things that the foundation puts together.
Yes, so we do indoor clinics in the spring, winter, and the fall. We give kids the opportunity to come out and skate. We do the indoor clinics, and then we also do outdoor rink rat programming in schools around Minneapolis. So we go to schools, we bus them, they go to the park, we provide them with coaches, equipment, everything like that, get them involved, get them introduced to hockey. Then we also do science of hockey educational field trips up at the National Sports Center.
One of the things the foundation is involved with that ties directly to the state tournament is the presentation of the Herb Brooks Award. We'll give you a look at some of the winners from the last few years here at the Girls State Hockey Tournament. Herb Brooks is very involved in girls and women's hockey. Shine a little light on that for us.
Yeah, so Herb is very involved with women's, just wanting to grow the game for them. We are out of the National Sports Center. He was one of the main reasons why the Super Rink was built. He wanted to give girls the opportunity to play hockey because they didn't have it. So growing that was really big. I played at Mankato, and looking at the WCHA, you see John Harrington, you see Mark Johnson coaching, who also happened to be on the 1980 Olympic team. So I think Herb would be really proud of just the advancement and the growth of girls and women's hockey.
Tell me a little bit more about the Rink Rats program. That's such a great program to maybe get some kids into hockey that might not otherwise have that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. So the schools offer it to all the kids. They sign up. Like I said before, they send a bus out there. We get them to the park. We get them all geared up. We provide all that. They get to skate, to have fun with their friends, their classmates. And then after that, we hope they come to some clinics or get involved with the Youth Association. Just get them involved and have a good time.
As someone who grew up playing hockey, how cool is it for you to have an opportunity to be part of carrying on Herb Brooks' legacy?
Yeah, it's an honor. It's awesome. Everybody knows who he is. What he's done to Minnesota hockey, it makes a big impact, and it's awesome to be working for him.
Great celebration coming up tomorrow, but the Herb Brooks Foundation will be doing work well beyond tomorrow. HerbBrooksFoundation.com for more information. We'll take a look at what went down in the second period here as Warroad came back to tie this Class A semifinal at 2. Coming up after this. Setting up for a heck of a third period. Cloquet-Esco, Carleton, and Warroad tied at 2 here through 2 at the XL Energy Center. I'm rejoined by Erica McKenzie and Mike McGraw here at our rink side. Well, not rink side. We're above the rink set here on 45 TV. Erica, your thoughts on Cloquet kind of hanging on there, but if you'd have told them earlier, hey, you're going to go into the third period tied, they would have taken it.
Yeah, I think this is what we were expecting to see out of Warroad. They came out flying, and Mike touched on it last period. We were just kind of waiting for them to come out and show their firepower, and that's exactly what we saw that period. And Cloquet, you know, they held on, and I think they held on by their goaltender. Their goaltender let in 2 goals, but she also made a lot of great saves as well to keep this game 2-2.
Mike, how do you see it on Warroad's end?
Well, I think Warroad, that period, they started everything with a rush instead of a pass. By that, I mean the defenseman or the forward took a couple of steps with the puck, made Cloquet commit, then they passed it behind him, and that's why their offense worked so well there, Chris.
Yeah, Warroad has so many different weapons they can go to offensively. Didn't think we were going to see them be shut out. 2-0 after 1. They evened it at 2. The first goal coming from Gino Hendrickson, her 4th goal, Erica, already of this tournament.
Yeah, huge. I mean, that's a big goal for her, but like I said, you were waiting for Warroad's firepower, and what you see here is just pucks to the net and then keep pounding, right? They saw a loose puck and they kept after and buried it. Huge first goal for Warroad.
Her 37th of the season, and then you give Warroad a power play, you're going to be in some trouble, Erica.
Exactly. We talked about a key was Cloquet, stay out of the box, stay disciplined, because Warroad's going to capitalize, and that's what they did here. A little bit of a breakdown, and Warroad took advantage of it right over the shoulder. Huge shot to tie up that game.
Credit Sydney Fanuff for being in the right place. The pass got through to her, and she was there to cash it in. Warroad 11 shots on goal that period, but I'll tell you what, Araya Kaminsky doing a great job in the net.
She played very well, or it would be quite lopsided right now, but this really shows how good Warroad is at attacking the net.
Got a freshman goalie in there, Kaminsky, for Cloquet-Esco, Carleton, and Kendra Nordic, she's a sophomore over there for Warroad. Today's stats are brought to you by Friends and Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Those block shots keep on coming, Mike, for Cloquet.
Right, and the other stat that stands out to me is the 15 face-offs won. Warroad won a lot of face-offs in the offensive zone that period, which gave them a huge advantage, Chris.
17 to go. We have a winner. Could be more if we don't. 2-2 going to third. Cloquet-Esco, Carleton, and Warroad.
The Warroad Warriors are playing for something bigger throughout this season and last season as well. You see the Max Factor, part of the Max Marvin Foundation, and that is honor of the memory of the late Max Marvin, who died tragically in December 2018, the son of Warroad head coach David Marvin, with the goal of supporting and spreading mental health, wellness, education, and communication to youth with curriculum. They have raised $100,000 in just 7 months, and this all came together because David Marvin talked with last year's goalie Quinn Kuntz about how to make an impact. What do they do now when they miss him so much every day? And it's something that has spread throughout the state. Osseo Hockey hosted a mental health awareness day. The Warroad Roseau game was also a Max Foundation game as well. So it's a way to make it so, in the words of David Marvin, we get to a point where talking about mental health is like a broken leg. Something hurts, you go see a doctor. So very much part of a bigger mission here for the Warroad Warriors, something they've recognized and come together to support their coach.
What a great foundation, and I'll tell you what, mental health has taken an all-time high with our students and these kids these days in the middle schools and the high school. The stress and the anxiety and the depression and all this that's out there, it's about time we really take a look at it, and hopefully we can help out a lot of these students that are suffering from any of these conditions.
They've partnered with Project 11 and the Winnipeg Jets for curriculum on communication and emotional wellness. And you see the decals on the helmets recognizing the Max Foundation. They've even auctioned off a Gigi Marvin signed jersey, and that netted $4,000 for
that's amazing.
This organization. So they've had a lot of success, and I think that's what you want when you suffer that kind of unspeakable tragedy, is to turn it into action, and that's exactly what the Marvins have done.
We're about ready to drop the puck here for the third period. What a classic semifinal Class A game here. Tied 2-2. I felt that the Lumberjacks definitely had the upper hand in that first period. Warroad had the upper hand in the second period. Who's going to take control here in the third?
A berth on championship Saturday on the line for both of these teams in the final 17 minutes. Carly Meeker. as Warroad looks to go to the championship game for the third straight season. Back-to-back runner-up finishes. Hendrickson, Lindquist, hard shot, broken up in front of the net. And just barely kept in, but it's going to go to Dana Jones, who will just throw one at the net. Save by Nordic.
We got that first line out there for the Lumberjacks. Let's see if they can make something happen here.
Hendrickson loses the puck after she drops it off, and coming away with it is Taylor Nelson. She's 1 goal shy of a hat trick, both of those coming in the first period. Nelson has it on her stick again. Tap to Kiana Bender. She will chase it after it escapes her stick, trying to jam it short side. It's not there for Nelson. Heard that just hitting the post there. Another shot at the net. One more time, and there is the go-ahead goal for the Lumberjacks.
And there's the hat trick for Taylor Nelson. Left wide open in front of the net. Rebound comes out right on her stick, right place at the right time. I believe that was, yes it was, Taylor Nelson with the hat trick. Let's take another look at this goal, but I'll tell you what, nice pressure there by the Lumberjacks. You just felt the energy they had on the ice there. Here it is, kept in the zone, a shot deflected, nice save there by Nordic. Rebound comes out, pass across, and she just buries an open net. I'll tell you what, this is going to put a little pressure now on Warroad. How are they going to respond to this?
And what a response by Cloquet Esco Carleton. They allow the game to get tied up in the second period. They know that they're not as great a scoring team as Warroad, which leads Minnesota with 6.7 goals scored per game. But they have kept poise. But here is Corneliuson off a turnover, and she buries it to tie.
Oh, what an amazing equalizer goal there. That right there shows the talent of the senior, Hannah Corneliuson, going to Merrimack. That is some unbelievable stick handling, and for her to backhand it into the upper corner. Take another look. Protecting the puck here, gets it to her backhand and just fires it up over the shoulder of Kaminsky. What an incredible play. And I'll tell you what did I just say? How are they going to respond? That's how they're going to respond right there.
What a start to this third period. The first Class A semifinal coming up after this. We'll have Breck and Rochester Lord. But this one, really entertaining for those fans that have come here early. That was only 8 seconds between the two goals. I didn't know you were going to be proven right that quickly, Karin.
There we go. Sometimes I am right, but not often enough.
Dennis Zadebski will wrap that around the boards. Taylor Nelson with a hat trick today. Didn't get to celebrate that one for long as Hendrickson just off the crossbar.
Little tip that went right to the goalie's best friend, hitting that crossbar. The energy, do you feel it in here right now? I feel it from the fans. I feel it from the players.
This is a berth to go to the championship game, a chance to win, a delayed penalty on the ice.
We have a penalty coming up on Warroad, so we're going to get a chance to see the Lumberjacks power play. This penalty is going to go to Carly Meeker. I believe it's a trip. And you're going to see the, here's another look at this penalty. She just got caught, you know what, her feet weren't moving, and she got her stick caught in her skate right there. Good call by the referees. I'll agree with that one. Great call. And the power play for Cloquet Esco Carleton. They were 0 for 2-0 in the quarterfinal game, but on the season, 29%.
Today's power play brought to you by Catholic United, the first power play of today for Cloquet Esco Carleton.
29%. I tell you what, that's still very impressive. If you have a good power play, you're looking at 22, 23, 24%. For the Lumberjacks to have 29%, for the Warriors to have 32%, that's showing some really, really impressive numbers.
Taylor Nelson with the hat trick comes back out onto the ice alongside her line mates, Kiana Bender and Dia De Leon. Face off. Won by the Lumberjacks. Trying to go up by one score one more time. It was short-lived, the lead that they had in this period, and there's some contact.
I'm going to question that one. We're going to have to take another look at that one, but I question that call right there. From up here, it looked like that could have been a hooking.
Kept in by Tenley Stewart. 1:15 to go in the power play. Block shot by Madison Laverne. It's kept here in the offensive zone. One-timer just across the crease. De Leon. And capped in by Tenley Stewart. Elena looking for that one-timer. That doesn't go either. It falls behind the goalie and goes in for the go-ahead goal.
Did I just see that bounce off the back glass, come over the net, hit the goalie in the back, and bounce in the net? Is that what we saw?
That's what we saw.
I need to take another look at that again. First of all, some unbelievable passing here. Tape-to-tape passing. Cross the ice to the defender. She goes down to the half board, hits the player in the high slot, fires it. Watch it bounce off the glass. Where did it go? It hits Nordic in the back and goes into the net.
What can you do if you're a goalie in that spot?
Nothing. You know what? When that puck goes over the net and hits the glass, you have no idea, or you do not expect it to come back, hit you in the back, and go in the net. I did see a goal the other day watching boys hockey, hit the crossbar, hit the goalie in the back of the net and going in, but I don't think I've ever seen a goal hit the glass up in the air, comes back over. Here you see it right there, hit the goalie in the back. That's a goal.
That is a tough one for Warroad to give up. But for Cloquet Esco Carleton, a huge second goal of this period.
Bender was got the goal on that.
And happy birthday to Kiana Bender, her 18th birthday. She scores in the state hockey semifinals. Cross ice pass, not there. Looking to center it with Carlin Meeker in traffic, back behind the net. Of course, back to even strength for both of these teams. Cloquet Esco Carleton, a 1-goal lead as the teams have traded off the lead in this third period. Two scored within 8 seconds of each other. And in this most recent go-ahead goal. Battle along the boards in the corner. It is Marley Johnston for Warroad. Puck comes loose. And here's Dana Jones. Don't have that one deflected. Picked up by Lauren Cockcut. Now on the stick. Warroad. It is Hendrickson centering pass, looking for her sister Talia, and that is denied.
Nice defensive play there by the Lumberjacks. Wow, the pace of this game, I'm telling you, it's picked up. The transition back and forth from offense to defense. You are watching some pretty incredible girls high school hockey right now.
A fantastic game, even from the start. It was never out of sorts, never sloppy. It was strong hockey from the time the puck was dropped. But we see that elevation even more here. Johnston, enough. Trying to keep it out. Save there, and then back again. An attempt by Bender, and the save by Nordic. Incredible goal scoring here. Bounces off, then falls back in off the goalie, and that gives CEC the 1-goal lead.
Floor coating. The third period is brought to you by Poly Met Mining, working to produce the copper, nickel, and other essential metals that make this broadcast possible.
Back here on 45 TV, an incredible start to 4 straight games of hockey here on 45 TV. Class A semifinal, firing at the net, and it goes in for Tenley Stewart. She scores to give CEC a 2-goal lead.
That's what happens when you fire the puck at the net. Anything can happen. I think that puck deflected a couple times before it went in the net. She was even a little surprised. It was a little hesitation on the celebration. Nice draw there by Bender, getting it back to the point. And here's Tenley. Here's the shot. There's a off the elbow tip, and again it looked like it even hit someone else's skate into the net. I wonder if Tenley will be awarded this goal or if it's going to go to Bender. Tip there, bounces in. Nothing that goaltender Kendra Nordic can do on something like that.
That's been back-to-back goals where it's just been
kind of fluky goals.
It is a little bit. You don't want to take anything away from Cloquet Esco Carleton because they are getting deep and they are getting pucks at the net, but the circumstances have been a little bit hard to control.
Still a lot of time left in this game, just under 12 minutes. something that's interesting as I look up at the scoreboard. Shots are equal right now, 19-19.
Warroad looking to respond, almost there for Hendrickson. Along the boards, Cal Lindquist going after it for the Warriors. It sneaks away, Gino Hendrickson. And it's broken up by Kiana Bender. Corneliuson has it on her stick, looking short side, pad save by Kaminsky. Warroad keeping it here in their offensive zone for a sustained time. Corneliuson, nifty puck handling, but she sends that one wide.
I'll tell you what, I'm so impressed with Corneliuson on her stick handling. The Lumberjacks, though, from a defensive standpoint.
And there's going to be a penalty coming up, a delayed penalty on the ice. Dana Jones has it.
You're going to get a hooking call on Cornelius here, coming down on Nelson there. You're going to have another opportunity to see this power play. Now remember, they capitalized on their power play earlier. Here's another look at the penalty. Taylor Nelson does a nice job stick handling, calling in there. It looked like Cornelia almost gave her a hug and just pulled her down. But you know what? She almost had to do that. Otherwise, she would have, you know, it would have been a breakaway. So some penalties are good penalties. I'd call that a good penalty.
Another power play opportunity for Cloquet Esco Carleton. A matchup of two northern Minnesota teams. A 3-goal third period for the Lumberjacks. They keep it in. Dana Jones has that broken up by Lila Lengto. Zadebski centering pass. That gets away from Pogorelis. And then cleared by the Warriors. Zadebski chases the puck down. Emily Lichty gets it up ahead towards center ice. Now Nelson, who has 4 points, a hat trick today, trying to get it back. De Leon. Back to Bender. Bender, that's not there. Today's power play brought to you by Catholic United.
I like the quick passing there, the quick give and go. Unfortunately, that shot just went wide, and I heard my old coach yelling in my ear, don't miss the net and ice the puck. You know, you take a nice hard shot like that, but unfortunately it went all the way down to the other end.
That puck intercepted. Sent away by Kaminsky. That one up in the air after it was deflected. Loose puck. Battle along the boards to save it. Elena has it for the Lumberjacks. Here is Bender. 20 seconds left in this CEC power play. Warroad doing a good job preventing good looks and time in the offensive zone. 10 seconds left for Bender.
Good defense here by Warroad, not even allowing the Lumberjacks to even get set up here.
Hard shot from the point is broken up. Here is Bender, an opportunity. The rebound is sent back out. And Warroad kills off the penalty.
Nice job by Abby Hardwick there with a block shot. The junior. We're going to take a break. We'll be back for more Minnesota Girls State High School Hockey here at the XL Energy Center. More on 45 TV.
Today's game summary brought to you by Preferred One. Achieve your best health with Preferred One health plans. Karin, what do you see?
Oh, I think the top one right here is you see Nelson with that hat trick and a couple of assists. 5 points in this game for Warroad. I mean, Gino Hendrickson to get her 4th goal of the tournament. And she's had opportunities. She could have had a couple more goals, and you heard David Marvin talk about it. We don't miss too many of those opportunities.
And then Corneliuson finally netting the puck for her Minnesota leading 56th goal this season. CEC not able to score on their most recent power play. Broken up in the middle of the ice. And around the boards for Cal Lindquist.
We're back 5-on-5 here, and it still looks as almost like it's a power play the way the Lumberjacks are handling this puck.
Jones, Lichty, centering pass, doesn't connect. CEC has scored 3 times in this period. After they were held scoreless in the second, they jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Then Warroad tied it in the second period. And then it's just been entropy and madness here in the third period so far. Almost midway through, a 2-goal lead for Cloquet Esco Carleton as Tara Johnson will send that one back. Kiana Bender can't get the handle. Here is Corneliuson. 56th goal scored in this game. And here come the Lumberjacks. Bender outside the reach of Nelson. And then back behind the net is Tara Johnson. Hardwick pushing it up the ice. Nelson with 5 points today will tap that right back. Tara Johnson once more, centering pass and a collision at center ice. Hopefully everyone's okay. Abby Hardwick will throw in at the net. The rebound not there for any of her teammates. Back down the other way down the ice. Picked up by Johnson. Here is Corneliuson. With speed into the offensive zone, but she loses it, and a lot of physical contact there along the board. She got tied up.
Potentially could have been another penalty there, but again, I think the refs are going to let him play. That earlier hit center ice. There was just a collision. Again, I didn't see a penalty there. Again, I love the physical play by these girls out there.
Carly Meeker keeps it on her stick. Good stick work across the crease. No one's home.
Sloan, remember, the Warriors were down by 2 goals in that first period, and they came back and tied it up.
2 goals is not a lot for this Warroad team, the highest scoring team in the state by goals per game, 6.7 this season, en route to the number 2 seed. Cal Lindquist brings it in over the line, gets deep, and that is poked away again by the Cloquet Esco Carleton defense. Tara Johnson, she'll throw one at the net, and it will be covered up by Kaminsky. We will step aside. Just a 2-goal game, less than midway through the third period.
Yo, we're out here.
Today's Save of the Game is brought to you by Catholic United Life Insurance, Annuities, and Retirement Products, and it will belong to Araya Kaminsky, the freshman.
A lot of pressure right down there in front of the net. You see her hugging that post. Makes 1 save, makes 2 saves, keeps her legs out through 3 saves. Right in a row there. I'd call that the saves of the game.
Oh, she's been standing on her head throughout this tournament. You think about in the quarterfinals, a 2-0 shutout win. That is 2+ periods where she had to deal with a very close game and denied any other pucks from getting behind her.
And let's not forget, she is a freshman.
5:30 left in this first Class A semifinal. That gets away from Madison Laverne. Now she has it in the corner, centering pass. Now it's Lila Lengto across the ice the other direction. Madison Laverne has it now. Back to Lila Lengto. Second line's out there for Warroad. That is stopped, blocked. Tara Johnson with the attempt, and then that sneaks past Lila Lengto. And the puck is iced.
How many block shots? I think after 2 periods, the Lumberjacks had 13, 14 block shots. Right there you saw Kiana Bender block another shot. Again, that's just good coaching, good body position. They are taking away the middle of the ice, forcing these shots from the outside.
It has not stopped since the puck was dropped, and they are dominating in that category. You can count on one hand the number that Warroad has compared to the dozen plus for Cloquet Esco Carleton.
Sloan, we're getting at a part of the game here, just under 5 minutes left. If I'm the coach for Cloquet, I'm going to say, hey, tough defense, get that puck over the red line, get it deep, make Warroad go the full length of the ice to try to score a goal. If I'm on Warroad, I'm saying, hey, we need to add the pressure, get 2 on the puck. We need to shoot the puck at any opportunity we have.
They're keeping it deep here, centering pass, poked away. Seems like every single opportunity, there is a purple jersey right there and a stick attached. Talia Hendrickson, again, the centering pass gets away. And again, the Lumberjacks stand their ground in front of their net. An opportunity here for the Lumberjacks. physical contact as Pogorelis chases that one down. With the Warriors again sent around the boards. Abby Hardwick looking for that centering pass and picked up by Taylor Nelson. 5 points today. She'll fire, and that is deflected.
See the speed there by Taylor Nelson. She got that puck in the defensive zone, and it was in just seconds she's in the offensive zone.
Hardwick battling along the boards with multiple players. And picked up by Hannah Corneliuson. She'll send it back the same way. Hardwick now broken up by the Lumberjacks. And Carly Meeker will try one more time. That clean zone entry, it's been a struggle, even with the 3 goals they have. This time, though, she skates right through neutral ice, back behind the net. Still has it on her stick. The other side of the blue line, hard shot. Tara Johnson will have that deflected. And there's that CEC defense once more. Always a body or stick in the way. Hannah Corneliuson now. She's holding on to the puck. Back behind the net again. Leaves it out in front of the crease. The puck comes loose and poked away by CEC. Withstanding all of these threats by Warroad, that lands in front of Kamitsky, and she hangs on. What a sequence for CEC.
Wow. Let's take a look at their defense again. You see great stick positioning. You see them deflecting shots. You see them pushing the puck to the outside. The Cloquet fans are standing on their feet, clapping right now at the defense that they're seeing by their team. You saw some physicality down in front of the net after that last whistle. The refs are letting them play. Things are getting a little heated out there right now because we're down to 2 minutes and 34 seconds. But I'll tell you what, this Lumberjack team standing on their head in the defensive zone. The most disciplined defense I've seen from a team. Open netter, she went for the open net, just missed wide. But like I said, with over 2 minutes left, this is the time David Marvin is going to pull the goal. They're down by 2 goals.
So this is a good time for it.
It's an excellent time. If you're down by 1, you're going to wait till about the 1.5-minute time. If you're down by 2, you got to give yourself a little extra time. So he's got 6 players out there right now, 6 on 5. See if they can't just get within 1 here.
Kendra Nordic over on the bench, an empty net. So 6 players out there for Warroad. As Lila Lengto will go chase this down the length of the ice. Dia De Leon chasing as well. Lengto up ahead. That was almost taken by Kiana Bender. Emily Litchkey can't get a good piece of that puck, and then sent around by Jenna Zadebski. Poked around near mid-ice. Sydney Phaneuf will try and set things up. Here is Gino Hendrickson. That looked like it touched net, but just was wide.
Yep, it touched the backside of the net.
Corneliuson.
Offside, and I think you got some tired players. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Marvin were to call a timeout here pretty soon, give his players rest. Doesn't look like he's going to, but for either team, I would call a timeout. Give your top players that rest to see if they can go out and finish the rest of this game.
And we know goals can come quick, especially for this Warrior team. I think if you are the Lumberjacks, you see a 2-goal lead and you feel a little bit threatened by that. And yes, Karin, yes, you are right again with that timeout and a quick succession. But like you said, this is a chance to regroup.
I didn't see who called the timeout. I don't know if David Marvin did or if Courtney Olin called the timeout. Regardless, it gives both teams, their top players, time to rest. And right now, David Marvin is saying this is an important face-off. We need to gain possession of this face-off. We need to attack. You don't have time to get in the zone, really set up anything. You need to go and at the net right away because we got to pop one in the net.
Well, this is our plays of the game, brought to you by Minnesota Rusco since 1955, and it is the hat trick of Taylor Nelson. Her team at one point at the first period, or at the first intermission, down 2-0, and she helped the Lumberjacks storm back.
She's a 3-sport athlete, plays volleyball, softball, and hockey. Their all-time leader with 222 points right now. There's 1 goal. And I'll tell you what, here comes up another one. This was the slap shot from the point that hit upper corner. And then here, the third goal, she gets herself open in front of the net, sticks on the ice, great position, redirects it into an open net. She came to play today, and Courtney Olin said that first line had to score goals in order for us to win, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Cloquet Esco Carleton's 5 goals today, the most scored against Warroad by a Class A team this season. We mentioned they're without Quinn Kuntz, their goalie, and a top 5 Miss Hockey finalist, and Katie Kudlowski. They are still a strong team, offensively and defensively. 1:15 to go. A 2-goal game as Hannah Corneliuson brings it in deep. That is just outside the post. Battle along the boards behind the net. It comes away to Gino Hendrickson. Centering pass gets away from Corneliuson. She will go back out to the blue line. It is enough. Then to Carly Meeker now. Deep in the corner, Gino Hendrickson. Right at Kaminsky. She makes the glove save. In front of the net again, it sneaks past her across the crease. It does not go in.
I think that's the third puck we've seen cross the crease like that for an open shot.
Net empty on the other side. An extra attacker as Talia Hendrickson tries to carry it back behind the net. Again, it's Corneliuson poked away. Gino Hendrickson right into the pads of Kaminsky. Sent out to Meeker. Hard slap shot blocked again by the Lumberjacks. 5-3 with 14 seconds left in this third period. 10 seconds to go. Another time firing at the net. That's Talia Hendrickson. And the Lumberjack fans are counting down. They are going to the Class A championship game.
What an incredible game by both teams. The pressure at the end of the game that the Warroad Warriors gave, the defensive play, the disciplined play that the Lumberjacks did. I saw all 5 of their players all around their goaltender. Kaminsky at the end of the game came up with some of the biggest saves I have ever seen. Kudos to both teams. I'll tell you what a classic semifinal game.
This is a fantastic game in Minnesota girls hockey history. I think it was just so closely contested, so tight, so many goals in the third period. It was exciting, it was fun. These fans really got a treat. But the Warroad Warriors, they will not be able to try and win their first state title since 2011. They have been back-to-back runners-up. And here's a look at that celebration for the Lumberjacks. Their first time here in the tournament since 2009.
The smile on her face right there in celebration she's giving her. So those by the way, they're both Courtneys right there. Courtney and Courtney giving her dad a hug. Just the celebration alone, this is great.
And her assistant coach, Courtney Josephson, in that hug, 2 weeks away from giving birth. So what an exciting time for that entire team and community. And our player of the game is Taylor Nelson, brought to you by Saxon. Saxon Inver Grove Ford Lincoln, getting it right for generations.
A hat trick, couple assists, a 5-point game from the senior. That's what you expect. She came prepared to play in this game. She showed her skill on the ice. An absolute phenomenal game. The question is, does she have enough in the tank to come back tomorrow, depending on if they face Breck or Rochester, but we'll have to see. Let's go down ringside. Tori, you're standing with the player of the game.
Yeah, the hero of the game, hat trick. You're going to the state championship game. Give me your initial thoughts and the emotions on a trip to the state final.
I think this is unbelievable. We worked hard through sections, and we made it to the finals. We worked hard to get to the state, and I think we keep laying our hearts out there, and we keep showing them that we're Lumberjacks, and we work hard. I'm so proud of this team. I couldn't have asked for a better one.
You're up 2-0. Warroad, obviously the heavy favorite coming into this game. They come right back. They tie it up. Coming into the third period, you seemed a little bit back on your heels, and then all of a sudden an explosion. Talk about that third period and what makes this team so tough.
Yeah, the first period we came out strong. We put pucks to the net. And in the second period, they came back with 2, and we just knew that we had to keep playing hard and keep putting pucks to the net and playing good position because when we play good position, they can't really go around us. We got to make sure we angle them and do our job, and we really focus back in the third period of doing our job and not focusing on them, just working on us.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
3 goals in the game. They're on their way to the state final.
What a fantastic opportunity for Cloquet, Esco, Carleton, near the Duluth area, getting to the state championship game. And we will find out shortly who they're going to be facing in that game. Will it be the 2-time defending Breck Mustangs, or will it be the Rochester Lord Eagles? We will find out coming up next. We'll have plenty more coming your way here on 45 TV. It's a 5-3 win for the Lumberjacks.
Today's postgame show is brought to you by Friends in Bank and Trust. Real people, real results.
Cloquet Esco Carleton plays their way into the Class A championship game, where they will go for their first state girls hockey championship as they beat Warroad 5-3 here in the first Class A semifinal, here for you on 45 TV. Chris Long back with you with Mike McGraw and Erica McKenzie. Erica, Cloquet Esco Carleton, they got a couple lucky bounces to get those goals, but one of my favorite sayings ever is the harder you work, the luckier you get, and they earned it.
I was just going to say the exact same thing. It definitely played in their favor, and they got a couple great bounces there, and, they deserved it. They worked out hard, they found a way, they played together, and when that happens, bounces are going to come your way.
And they did a really good job of keeping an incredibly potent Warroad team from getting that -1 goal and the tying goal in the third period.
Well, hockey is a sport where if you shoot 1 out of 15, you're a good shooter, and you saw that today. I mean, Warroad just didn't have any puck luck at all around the net, but that was due to how good Cloquet played their system and the depth of their system. They played in wonderful layers. They did everything you would expect a team to do defensively, Chris, to win that game.
2-2 through 2. We said it could be anybody's game, and Cloquet took the early lead. Taylor Nelson completing the hat trick. A terrific start to the third period. Nelson getting that hat trick. A great pass here across the crease to her, Erica.
Yeah, I mean, what a great way to cap off that hat trick for Nelson. And like I say, big players are stepping up in big games, and that was a huge, huge goal for her to cap off that hat trick.
Mike did not figure Hannah Corneliuson would be held off the board. She was not, but we'll show you this goal once more here. Oh, this is the goal later. Kiana Bender put CEC up 4-3. We talk about the puck luck.
That's it. Puck luck, always put the puck at the net. You never know when it's going to go your way, and there is one. Bounce it off the dash or off the back of the goalie. Most kids just shoot it in straight. She had to put a little extra something.
So Nelson did put him up. Corneliuson tied it for Warroad. Kiana Bender gives him the lead, and then it's Bender again. A little more traditional goal, Erica, but still a fortunate deflection, but she was in good position to get it.
Here's what I always say. Coaches love when players go to the net, and right there you see Bender get her second goal. What was she doing? Go to the net. Get your stick in a position where it could deflect off you, stick, body position, whatever it may be. And like Mike said, puck deflects in the back of the net, another goal.
And freshman goalie Araya Kaminsky, 25 saves to help her team get the win. The stats are brought to you by Friends in Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Mike?
Well, the stats say it's a pretty even game, but in the end, Cloquet was better with the puck today than Warroad was. And that kind of surprised me. We didn't see the best Warroad game, but maybe that was due to the fact that Cloquet played that well.
Defensively, it was defensive energy. You talked about that at the beginning of the game, and that's what we got out of it.
I think they had the keys to the game, and they stuck to them. They played disciplined. They played structured. You can tell it's a well-coached team. They stuck to what they needed to do to win, and they executed it.
All right, Cloquet Esco Carleton will go for that first state championship against either Rochester Lord or Breck, who have certainly won it before. Those are our combatants in the second Class A semifinal. Cloquet knocks off Warroad 5-3 here in the first Class A semifinal on 45 TV. I'm going to hand off to Joe Schmidt. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Long. Mike, Erica, sticking around. We'll have game 2 of the semis coming up for you next, right here on 45 TV.
At Becker,
history was on the line as the Cloquet Esco Carleton girls hockey team looked to punch their ticket to the state title game. Standing in their way, Class A powerhouse Warroad. The Lumberjacks looking for their program record 27th win of the season. First period, Taylor Nelson with the wraparound, and it's good. CEC opens up the scoring in this one. Moments later, it's Nelson from near the blue line, and she sends it home. Holy moly, the Lumberjacks led 2-0 after one. Warriors would score 2 in the second, so we were tied going into the third until Nelson scored her third goal of the day to put CEC back ahead by 1. A little later, game tied again, and the Jacks break the tie again. Kiana Bender's shot ricochets off the boards, off the back of the goalie, and into the net. It's 4-3 CEC. And then moments later, it'll be Tenley Stewart with the shot, and Bender is there to tip it in for the goal. 2 goals for Bender on her 18th birthday, and that's all she wrote. Cloquet Esco Carleton hangs on to beat Warroad 5-3 to advance to the state championship game.
I think this is unbelievable. We worked hard through sections, and we made it to the finals. We worked hard to get to the state, and I think we keep laying our hearts out there, and we keep showing them that we're Lumberjacks, and we work hard. I'm so proud of this team. I couldn't have asked for a better one.
The Lumberjacks will now move on to face Breck in the championship game. That will take place tomorrow at 4 o'clock at the XL Energy Center.